Hey guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. My nickname is iFacePalm, and in this episode we are going to take a look at the British Tier 6 Churchill Gun Carrier. We're going to take a look at its statistics, how its armor profile looks. We're going to compare both the armor profile and statistics against several other tanks, and I'm going to show you guys a replay that showcases what this tank really can. And it took a few games for me to find a game that was worthy to bring alongside this review. This tank I haven't touched for years. To begin with, guys, the Churchill Gun Carrier. It is extremely famous tank. You might have heard people saying this is a really bad tank. When I started playing World of Tanks back in 2013, it didn't take long time before I started to hear about the Churchill Gun Carrier. So when I finally decided to grind for the British tree, I checked the statistics for it. And honestly, I couldn't understand what people were on about. Why is this tank bad? I was thinking, okay, I can make this tank work, man. Everyone else is wrong, I'm of course correct, right? So yeah, everyone else is noob. I can do this, guys. I can make this tank work. Looking at the statistics, this tank is good. Because look, even with this not very special crew, 280 average damage for tier 6, 220 penetration for tier 6. If you fire gold shells, you got 252. And you have a shell velocity of 1100 if you want to fire gold shells. And this tank is the worst tank in game. Come on. What is wrong here? What are people talking about? Gun depression, 10 degrees, 2049 DPM. And I don't even have brothers in arms in this crew. Aiming time, 2.01 seconds. This looks good. It reloads fast. Hit bang 730, 425 meter view range. For the equipment, guys, I use improved rotation mechanism, I use binoculars, and I use a gun round. Concealment values are not very good, but it can't be really because of that the tank is bad. Compared to the most played premium tank lately has been the Scorpion. That has like no concealment values whatsoever. So couldn't be, therefore. The top speed, okay, this tank is slow. But then, yeah, 12 reverse speed, my gosh, 25.7 in top speed. That's nothing special, guys. But could it really just be because of the speed that is the worst tank in the game? The worst tank in World of Tanks, because of that. It's not the most beautiful. Oh my god, it's really not the most beautiful tank, that is for sure. Looking at the stats in general, the 2.01 aiming time, the 0.33 dispersion, the 2049 average damage per minute, the minus 10 degrees gun depression, the 220 penetration in tier 6 tank, and 280 alpha damage. Why is this tank the worst tank in World of Tanks? That was my question. And someone might say, but the Churchill Gun Carrier is good, and I just had a fantastic game in it, for example, right? Maybe not I, but maybe someone have just had a fantastic game in it. Yes, you can have a fantastic game in any tank in World of Tanks. But it took me some time to have a good battle. I don't even know if it was a good battle. To have like a somewhat okay battle. And in addition, guys, if you're wondering how can I buy the Churchill Gun Carrier, this tank I really need to get my hands on because it cannot be as bad as everyone says it is. And if you look at the tech tree, it's not there. So you can find it, click on the store, and you choose the collector's vehicles and tier 6 Churchill Gun Carrier. Collector's vehicle, man. Oh my god. They should make a special category called like the scrapyard. Or like tanks that everyone have thrown out. It's like a tank you would like to like give for free to the enemy. Okay, let's take a look at the statistics. 0.34 dispersion, 280 alpha damage, 220 penetration. The rate of fire, 9.5 seconds per shot. The aim time, 2.1. It looks okay. We have the shell velocity, 878. The gold shell is 1098. And 25 kilometers top speed, 12 kilometer reverse speed. The power to weight ratio is 8.55, so yes, slow tank. Gun depression, good. HP 730, and the view range 340. And the camo values are nothing to advertise. Keep in mind, guys, I don't think that this value is correct, but one thing is for certain, it definitely feels like that. And in addition, guys, if we compare it against some other tier 6 vehicles that you most likely already have tried, the SU-100, the Hellcat, Jack Bouncer 4, 88. If you just look at this like quick comparison here, you can see the DPM is like approximately in the middle. The penetration value is actually the best. The damage, yeah, of course the Russian one has the most. The SU-100 is actually quite a good tank. But it's Russia. But if you look even at the damage here, yeah, it's definitely competitive, 280. Reload time, 9.5 seconds. And you got the aim time, 2.1 seconds. The other one's 1.7, 1.7. And of course the Russian one is 2.9. Not that it really needs it. And then we got the dispersion, 0.34, 0.43, 0.35, 0.35, 0.32. So it looks like kind of accurate also. The view range, 340, 350, 370, 350, 330. Across the line, heavy range, nothing that stands out. Radio range, the fire chance, same thing. Let's take a look at its armor profile. When I initially clicked on the armor profile for the Churchill Gun Carrier, I was like, did I click wrong? This is like a Minecraft. If I was like expecting a tank in Minecraft, it would. I think the Churchill Gun Carriers would actually like a perfect tank for that game. It's like a TD, a Minecraft TD, guys. Check this. Oh, the beauty of it, man. The most perfect Minecraft tank destroyer. So for the armor profile, yeah, yes, what to say? You have to reach a 70 degrees angle. Yeah, you have to reach 70 degrees before even you have the slightest chance. Check this out. So you have the 80mm armor here. You have 58. You got this 89. You shoot directly on the gun. Yeah. Why would you even try? If you aim for the Capola is better armored. But then, this is not the shocking part. Check this. 100mm armor. Yeah, we will be able to pin it every time, but still. 100! Oh, wow. What kind of... Why doesn't it... It doesn't even have 100mm on the front. Guys, it has better armor on its spot than it has in the front. Let's take a look how it looks on the visual. Okay, here we got the tank, and then the rear. It's an extra plate right there, 100mm. Yeah, Churchill Gun Carrier, and with your bot. But of course, only that part. Fun part is this box over here again. So I'm going to shoot that box, or I'm going to shoot this gigantic ear or bot. Shall we just fly through? So if you're lucky, what makes this tank the worst tank in World of Tanks? It's the turret traverse. To give you guys a good comparison, Marder 2 for example, just let's compare it here. We have the turret, and you can see how far you can move it, and you can see here from which direction you can shoot at before you need to move the whole vehicle, which will then cause the gun bloom to become gigantic. And we compare the SU-100, so we have the SU-100 here. It's worse, and if you look from the top-down view, so it has like more problems, 12 degrees to each side. So yeah, you need to move this tank more. It is more challenging, but this tank is also way more mobile, and it's a Russian tank, so you know, aiming is not really. This tank is very good, guys. And if you look at the Ferdinand 2, the T8 German TD, you can see how far it goes to the left and right. It's around 15 degrees. And for the SU-100, we had 12 degrees, and for the Marder, 25 degrees to the right and 32 degrees to the left. So let's take a look at the Churchill Gun Carrier. Okay, here we have the beauty, and yeah. And check this. There we go. This is like this reminds me of like a dog. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Yes, 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 yes. Can you hit anything? No, no, I cannot hit anything. If we look at the top-down view, check this. Tank is extremely slow. Yes, if a tank stands directly in front of you, it doesn't move for whatever reason, then you can hit it. You can have a good game. This single feature makes this tank the worst tank in World of Tanks in general, and I can only support that, guys. It's really, 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 really awful tank because of this feature. This is what I thought when I started playing World of Tanks, that yeah, why are people saying this tank is bad? 3 games later, I was 100% on board. We're going to take a look at a gameplay replay where I'm trying to make the best out of this situation. It is doable, you know, the statistics wise it looks good, but everything is to go according to the plan. And then, yeah, then this tank is good. But then again, what tank isn't? This one isn't. Okay, let's take a look at the replay. Okay guys, so here we are on Ruinberg. We are mid-tier. We are facing, we are up against 1 heavy tank, 5 tank destroyers, 1 light tank, and 8 medium tanks. So I'm like, yeah. Okay, first of all, I'm playing in the gun carrier, which is a fantastic tank. I really don't have a choice, because I expect that because that the lineup here looks like it does, the majority of action will happen outside the town. Yes, the TDs most likely will go into the city, which we can see it does, and will most likely be supported by a few medium tanks. But because of the setup, then most likely our TDs will be positioned here, and the enemy TDs will usually position themselves over here. So like I'm thinking, where can I get a spot where I barely need to move? I'm trying to find a snapshot to begin with. So where can I position myself where I barely need to move? Because this tank is all about not moving. So you can get a shot into the Leopard. It's all about being support. I really like the location of E8. This location I really like. It's a dangerous location. I cannot count how many times I've died. But, you know, practice hopefully makes some people perfect. I look forward to that. But I really like the location still, because it can give you opportunities to both. If you have a good gun depression, you can fire over here, in this direction. You can then also spot usually some vehicles that are maybe hiding at these buildings here, or maybe even some TDs that got bored and moved further up. You can, most importantly in the beginning, usually there's always the TDs and medium tanks and heavy tanks especially that are moving across here towards the battle. Got a shot in. So we can get another one in. This tank so far looks good. Can we get a shot in? Yeah. Why is everyone talking about this tank is bad? Come on. 560 damage after 2 shots. Okay. So because this location is nice, and everything from the enemy team is moving across, you can many times get a snapshot in. Of course, you have the risk that you will get spotted, and then everyone at the F1 or the F2 line will then suddenly, okay, there's this guy, and they're going to kill you off instantly. So that's the risk, and that's the tough play. Plus, many times as the enemy is attacking the towns, they can both push you from this angle, and if they have the majority, then they will push through the main road outside the town. So yeah, it's a hot area, definitely. It's a very hot spot, but I think it provides a lot of opportunities. That's why I like to play this place. So at this current moment, of course, both teams are quite afraid of doing anything. It's 2-1. We are behind 1000 HP currently, of what we are aware of. The city doesn't look very good, but yeah, especially now. So there's like 5 tanks versus our nearly dead CS44. At least 5 tanks. We definitely know there's actually just one of ours. And that's our communication. There we go. So the city looks, yeah, this is awesome. So I'm thinking, okay, most likely very soon there will be a push from that angle. We have a nearly dead VK3002 to support us. Luckily we have a SU-12244, which can give a punch. That's good. I'm trying to remove some debris here so I can maybe see something. Yeah. Irony is fantastic. Okay, got an IS moving in, and the VK to the right of me. Can I get a shot in? I can't see anything. Come on, to move the debris. Oh, there's a shot from someone. Can I get a shot in? Woohoo! You guys see it? My armor is perfect. Come on. Yeah, beautiful. What is this guy? Scrape my paint, man. I had the snapshot I could put on this guy there, but I was like, I want to support also over the crumble. Well, let's see. The guy's still there. Maybe, can I get a shot in? Can I get a shot? More locked than skill. It's tricky, this tank. It's like, you get spotted, you have 12 km/h reverse speed. Okay. What are you going to do? Seriously. You don't have the armor. You cannot really... You cannot really do anything. That... Turn to the right. Come on. T-3485. You can just give him one shot. Nope, nope. So yeah, it looks like we have an advantage, but if you look at the setup, guys, they still completely own. Yeah. You just felt the gun carrier. Come on, shot in. Yeah. Can we get one in? I just like... Nope. Move again the whole hull. Okay, there we go. Can we... What's the other guy? Aiming. I knew already the 15A would be like harder to penetrate. That's why I'm like more focused on the Panzer 4H. Come on, come on. Oh, NG. Okay. Well, NG, I don't know what it is. It's just... Conquer. Come on. No, my god. Third one? Yeah. Piece of cake. So 8-7. Good advantage. The thing is, I cannot push with this tank. First of all, it's too slow to even be able to push. And where should I push in addition, right? Because as soon as I get catch off guard, there's no way I can escape. And the guys are, since we know there's IS 40 TP, T-3485s, probably like 100 meters away from us. There's no way I can move away from that. Because we only have the VK-3002 and me to defend our capsule. Shot into the... yeah. It's behind. And I got spotted. Ooh. This is 45 and the 40 TP movement. So I'm thinking, okay, that guy fired, maybe I can get a shot. Maybe I can take one hit. I can take one hit. Yeah, definitely take one hit. Okay, can I get a shot? Can I get a shot before he disappears? Oh, for the love of God. One feature that should be, if you auto aim something and the target disappears, the gun should be aiming at the exact place it was aiming. It cannot be that hard to make a mechanic that works that way. Yeah. AT-15A again. Yep. Can we get another one? Nice. Okay, now we have a super advantage. Now everyone is just trying to grind some HP, just kill them as fast as possible. So we're thinking, okay, let's join the fight. Yeah. So we are hurrying, you know, 25 an hour. Ah, okay. And there's the ice left. I'm like, yeah, I think I'll just enjoy the beauty of this tank. Ah, no mind. Let's do it. So guys, 3 kills. And this tank is really bad. The thing is, the French tanks, they suffer from this. If you look at many of the statistics, the tank statistics for the French tanks, you might think looks good, but because of the turret traverse speed to the left and right, or speed, the angle, the amount of degrees you can turn your turret before you need to move the hull, reposition the whole hull, it destroys completely a tank. Yeah, Churchill Gun Carrier. It's a tank review I just had to make. It's a well-known tank by most players in World of Tanks, by the reputation of being bad. At the 5 degrees, that's simply... Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can make this tank look cool. Let's imagine. You know, guys, the feeling like when you have like stomach ache, maybe you eat something bad. This is the feeling I have just looking at this tank because of all the beautiful memories this tank gives me. Out of 5 face palms, how many would I give it? I have to give it, unfortunately, something. Kind of give it like 0, unfortunately. So the lowest rank would be 1. So to you guys' surprise, I am actually going to give it 1. One gigantic facepalm. How could this tank become a lot better? How could the wargame easily buff this tank? They could make the gun traverse limits way better. 10 degrees, 15 degrees, 20 degrees. Do I think they should do it? It has its uniqueness. The tank is as bad as it is. It's good that they have some tanks that are just extremely bad in the game. Just to spice everything up. They just have a lot of different tanks and different mechanics. But this tank is just uniquely bad. Okay guys, there it was. This was my 6th tank review. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely didn't. Let me know what you guys think of the Churchill Gun Carrier in the comments down below. If you'd like to see more crazy content from my side, feel free to leave a like or even subscribe. It's a big thumbs up for me and I appreciate it a lot. Cheers guys, take care and see you next time.